because it is hard to get it fixed in the code very quickly, the alternative to that is to patch it in the WAF, right? Now, how do you do that? How do you do that in a more efficient manner? How can you as a security team will not have the expertise uh, to write those WAF rules, to write accurate WAF rules without causing false positives or false negatives, and write a rule that will patch the vulnerability. So that's a huge challenge, and that is why we are very proud to announce the new feature, the SwyftComply. Let me quickly show the demo and then go into the crux of this thing. This is our AppTrana portal. Our AppTrana, as Funny Finder, is a WAP solution, web application and API protection solution, and we protect both all the web applications and APIs. So when an organization partners with us and for their application security need, this is the portal that is given to them. So when you log into the portal, uh, you will be taken to the dashboard. But the first point which I want to talk about is the onboarding process, right? So when you onboard an application behind AppTrana, what we do is, as part of AppTrana, we have integrated our scanner. So as you onboard an application, our that scanner will automatically start and will identify the vulnerabilities that are there in the application. And on parallelly, your application will be also onboarded in a web platform. Traffic would be routed through our web solution, and we will have the protection on. Uh, our protection starts on block mode from day 0. And this we are able to do it because of these sophisticated rules that we have, where we have split it into advanced rules and premium rules. Advanced rules are fine-tuned for false positives. So these rules are put on block mode from day 0. And the premium rules, they remain in log mode. Our team monitors the traffic patterns, how these rules are behaving, and they adjust and fine-tune these rules and move it to block mode to ensuring that your applications are protected. So now, coming to the crux of today's webinar, you have onboarded your application and say you have a new application that you are launching. Now you have onboarded your application and you have done a scan. You would be shown a report like this. First, let me talk about vulnerable application. Okay, now there's a vulnerable application. There are about 29 vulnerabilities there. By the way, we also complement our DAS scanner with manual pen testing. So if an organization requires for compliance reasons to also go through pen testing, you could avail the pen testing from us. Our pen testing experts are certified, so they follow the best practice in the industries, and they'll give you the pen testing report. Once the scanning is done, pen testing is done, the entire report and what are the vulnerabilities are there are automatically shown here. Now, in a typical organization, what will happen is you will have to look at these vulnerabilities. All these vulnerabilities are critical and high vulnerabilities, so you cannot release it immediately. So you will have to go to your engineering team, give them the details of these vulnerabilities, ask them to patch, ask them to fix these vulnerabilities in the code, and then again you have to go to a rescan, and then only you will get to do the protection. Now, as part of AppTrana, what we have introduced is now called as an Initiate SwyftComply. So as a security team, you could onboard your application, let our scanner do its job, identify the vulnerabilities. If you need pen testing, request pen testing from us. Again, pen testing would be done. Those results would be published, and a combined report will be shown here. And you could initiate a SwyftComply. Now, what does this mean? So when you initiate a SwyftComply, what we are saying is that we will patch the vulnerabilities that are found in your applications within 72 hours in the WAF, right? All the critical high medium vulnerabilities would be patched. Obviously, it is subject to certain conditions where there could be some vulnerabilities that needs more information from the application team. So we would need to talk to you to understand why certain things are done in a certain way so that we can write a rule without causing any FP. So sometimes we might need to get the business logic. So as long as those information are provided, we guarantee that we will be able to patch those vulnerabilities within 72 hours in the WAF. So eventually, once you start this and 72 hours afterwards, what you will see is something like this, right? So you have the same this is the same kind of uh, all the vulnerabilities in the WAF layer. So some of these vulnerabilities are by default patched using our default set of rule sets, which is advanced rules or premium rules. But for others where we needed to write a specific patch based on the application's need, those would be also applied and it will be shown as custom rules. So you now have a clean report, which you can see here. So this is a clean report that we will be giving to you where we say, hey, we have found all 17 vulnerabilities. All the vulnerabilities have been patched and there are only 0 vulnerabilities that needs fix in code. So eventually what we are saying is everything is patched and there's nothing left, and there is a very clean, and this is a report that you can give to your compliance team. And all this thing happens without any heavy lifting from your end. It is our team who would be working on this on the back and creating an autonomous patching in the WAF layer, protecting all these vulnerabilities. So this is a huge thing, and imagine the pain that we are removing from the security teams, right? You onboard an application, scan starts immediately. If you need pen testing, you request a pen testing from the portal. You get a complete scan report. You do a single click, request for a SwyftComply, and within 72 hours, you get a clean report which says all the vulnerabilities are fixed. Of course, if there are some vulnerabilities that cannot be patched at WAF layers, we'll be calling it out separately, saying that fix in code. And now your conversation with your engineering team will be very simple. Just give them these, say there are 2 or 3 vulnerabilities that needs to be fixed in code. Just give them the details of these vulnerabilities and ask them to fix it. Then it will become a more easier conversations that you can have with your development team. So that's the quick demo as part of the new feature.